Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Kevin Zwicker from Fast Count coming at you, and this is your Survivor Series War Games post show for 2025. I am joined by the man who runs all of WNBA land, Robin Lundberg. Robin, what's going on, my man?
What up, what up, what up?
Now, Robin, we have been in an interesting couple of weeks of professional wrestling. We have had two shows over the past couple of weeks that have had similar setups when it comes to these cage matches. Obviously, Blood and Guts in AEW and War Games in WWE. And I can't even lie to you, Robin. I think that this was a really good show from start to finish. I don't think that there was many lows. And I think the fact that WWE has compacted their PLEs and made it to 5 matches, it really feels as if there's not a lot of fat on the show. Coming into this match, what was the match that you were hyped up the most to see, and leaving it, what was the match that impressed you the most?
Oh, this is only 4 matches. I think going into this one, I think it was the men's War Games, and that was the best match. Also, there's just too much star power. A lot of times, I'll think the women's match might be just as good as the men's, and oftentimes it is. Tonight, that wasn't the case, and I also didn't think it going in, just because when you have Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes and Brock Lesnar and CM Punk, and everybody else that's involved in that match, it's hard to go wrong from the anticipation from a star power standpoint. And then I also think they delivered. The ending was a little bit abrupt. The cliffhanger part of it was interesting, whether it was, somebody trying to cast the scent of Seth Rollins, Austin Theory perhaps, but the action within was really, really good. The sequence with Roman and Brock Lesnar on the outside, Brock just destroying people. I don't care what anybody says, that never gets old. And Jey Uso, I was a little concerned for when he took the bump into the table, and then Braun Breaker when he got nearly decapitated on the Doomsday device, right? I didn't know if his neck was broken or he was concussed. He probably was concussed, but overall, a very, very entertaining men's War Games match.
You see, what I liked about both of these matches is it really feels as if for the women's match, Lash Legend came out looking the best, and for the men's match, you had Braun Breaker coming out looking the best. I like the fact that the two MVPs, at least in my opinion, of these two matches were the up-and-coming superstars and weren't already the people who are established, names like Becky Lynch or Roman Reigns or any of these two. I want to touch upon that mystery man thing that we saw to end the show. Now, I'm just like you. I think that was kind of a red herring for people to think that that is Seth Rollins, because just from a logical standpoint, obviously he has this long history of not hating, of hating CM Punk. But we also saw before he was taken out by the Vision. So from a logical standpoint, it wouldn't really make sense, at least to me, why he would want to help them as well. I'm thinking it's Austin Theory, because we've seen throughout the whole, several weeks, and even probably going back to the months, that was the name that was kind of rattled around as to who was going to be included in the Vision. Is Austin Theory the name that you're leaning towards as the mystery man, or do you have another suggestion?
No, I think that makes the most sense. It fits the physical profile there. I mean, the only other explanation I could think is it is Seth Rollins, but it wasn't Seth Rollins, meaning that he can't physically do it, so they needed a stand-in. But I don't think they'd do that. I think it is Austin Theory. And aside from just it not making logical sense, dude moved too fast to be Seth Rollins right now. Twofold. One, Seth has the shoulder injury, so to scale a cage like that, he was just in a sling. And I know he faked the other injury, but they wouldn't have written him out of the Vision, and they wouldn't have put the title on Punk if Seth Rollins was going to be turning around so quickly. And then all that, the tolls on his knees and the like, dude had too much spring up that cage to be, and didn't look like him from I think he looked taller, a couple of different things. The only reason to suspect Seth Rollins was the curb stomp.
For sure. Guys, please remember to hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't. One of the other key attractions coming into this match was the final PLE match of John Cena, Dominic Mysterio, big hometown hero in San Diego. that match, I know that most people are probably going to go with the men's war games as the match of the night. But for me personally, that was the match that I enjoyed the most. We saw the return of Liv Morgan. We saw a callback of the John Cena heel turn, which everybody seems to have some type of opinion on because it was such a humongous storyline. Robin, I think I've asked you this before, but I forgot. So I'm going to ask you again. Favorite John Cena match of all time?
Oof. I mean, I really think they might have come in the last year. Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam and AJ Styles. I mean, those were. I'm trying to I go back to his run, and he had some good ones, but I never thought of John Cena in the ring. Like that was never what and I guess he got "you can't wrestle" chance at one point in time. I don't think that's true, but I never thought back of that, and maybe it's recency bias, but I can't think of old John Cena matches that I can say are definitively better than his match with Cody at SummerSlam or his match with AJ Styles.
What's so interesting about this turn was, his farewell tour, it started off rocky with the heel turn. And for a while there, it really felt as if, this was something that most people were frowning upon for the most part, just due to the nobody really wanted to boo John Cena at this point in his career. And prior to SummerSlam, I don't really feel like the matches were up to snuff. But lately, the last couple of matches, coming from SummerSlam all the way to now, it really feels like he hasn't missed at all. Like, it feels like during these last couple of matches, like probably dating back to his last full-time run, it really feels as if this is his best work in the ring, at least to me. If I had to go with my favorite John Cena match, it's always been between two. And it dates back a long time. It's either his I Quit match against JBL at Judgment Day 2005 or his match against Shawn Michaels in the UK that went an hour. Do you think that this was the right move now with John Cena being retired? I feel like this was kind of the obvious conclusion that we're going to get Dominic Mysterio winning the title back. No?
Yeah, he had to. I mean, otherwise the last match is awkward. He's got the Intercontinental Championship, and why? And it also helped with the Liv Morgan return. Look, John Cena low-key been carrying the company during this run. And this retirement run has really had everything. I mean, it just has the one thing that, and it's not even the heel turn, right? Like, forget the heel turn itself, because if we were living in that moment, the heel turn worked. Like, everybody reacted to the heel. So you had the heel turn, which you had never seen. So you get that out of John Cena's retirement run. You get another championship out of John Cena's retirement run. So he gets the big belt. You get the Intercontinental Championship out of John Cena's run. You get all those great matches. The only thing is like the heel turn didn't make sense. They never circled back to the why or the reason. And that's the insulting part of it. And that's the one black mark on all of it that will forever remain. Look, I forget about it. I move on from it. I'm not holding it doesn't make me not appreciate what's going on now. But if I'm going to objectively evaluate it, you insulted my intelligence by having The Rock there do that and then never bringing that full circle until John Cena was basically like, people convinced me to do something I didn't really want to do, right? But once he did that flip, it was the SmackDown before SummerSlam, I believe. Everything went like full throttle Nas since then. And so with other than that one big pothole, the rest of John Cena's retirement run has been a racetrack.
See, I kind of have the mindset of this, for years and years, everybody fantasy booked what a John Cena heel turn would look like, right? Like, would it be the reincarnation of Hollywood Hogan? Would it look like this or would it look like that? I'm just glad that even though, after the initial turn, which I thought the initial moment with him and The Rock and Travis Scott was brilliant, right? After that, it kind of went a little bit downhill. I'm just glad that we now see what it would look like, right? Like, we now see that this is what it would have looked like. We don't have to fantasy book it anymore, whether you liked it or not. It was put in front of us for us to consume, and now we don't have to wonder anymore.
No, I think that's fair. That's what I said, though, about getting everything in this retirement tour. You got everything. I just wish, if you were going to bring The Rock and Travis Scott in there, like, why? Why the hell? The rest of it, he could have just done it on his own. And instead, he was fed up with the fans or whatever. But I digress. We're going back to, the spilt milk is my tears are hitting it.
For sure, for sure. To quote the great Michael K, you can't fix the lamp. Uh, so let's talk a little bit about the women's War Games match. What I like so much, and this was something that happened in both of the War Games matches, was the sequences, right, of entrances. And we noticed that this was a different format than we saw in the previous years where they're all in a cage. They all kind of had their separate entrances this time. I like the fact that every entrance that came out made sense. Right, you had Asuka and Charlotte Flair in there. Then you got Io Sky, who's been dealing with Asuka and Kyrie for the longest. And then in the men's one, you had Brock Lesnar, then Roman Reigns. We're looking at now, right? It feels as if we're building towards that eventual one-on-one match between AJ Lee and Becky Lynch. Since AJ Lee has returned at WrestlePalooza, we've kind of seen her on TV sporadically. I know that she is somebody who also has different endeavors outside of the wrestling ring. Since AJ Lee's returned, what do you make of it, Robin?
Yeah, I mean, I think that sporadic is kind of a good word, or I mean, has she been there since WrestlePalooza until Raw? Right? Like, I don't think she was there at all. So she's only made like 5 appearances, I feel like, in that. She had the initial SmackDown return, which was great. Then she had the Raw promo, I believe. Then WrestlePalooza, and then the return of John Cena's last Raw, and this. So I don't think there's enough there yet to give it a real grade or assessment. I think the return worked. Obviously, it went over well. And there's more story to tell, and her and Becky Lynch is a good idea, but yeah, I can't say, it's gone great or it's gone poorly because it hasn't gone yet.
Yeah, for sure. It's going to be interesting now because part of the War Games match that I enjoyed a lot too was the fact that you saw her mixing it up with people that we've never seen her mix it up with before. And that's obviously going to be the case with her being gone for so long. But we saw her mix it up with somebody like Lash Legend, who is, somebody who is probably
well, Lash Legend had a good moment there. She came in.
Yeah.
Did
you just see what I just saw? When the screen went black.
You're black right now. Your screen is black right now, dog. That's why I'm like kind of carrying it for a second. Yeah. What? I can't see you. I can't see you at all. But Lash Legend had, is your mic active?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you, but I can't see you.
Interesting. I can see myself, though.
Why don't you exit and come back in?
Okay. How do I do that?
Remove yourself?
Or
you can leave. You can just leave the stream as long as you don't hit stop record.
Okay. What do I press? End? No.
No, the leave studio. There you go. So Lash Legend had the moment there where she came out and tore things down. And I think that was kind of part of the purpose of the Women's War Games match, was to put Lash Legend over a little bit there in her main roster intro and debut. No, you still don't have a camera. So, yeah, that was a big moment for Lash Legend. The other thing in the Women's War Games match that stood out to me was, of course, they did the Io Sky bit, and that was about as impressive a trash can spot as you'll see from the top of a cage. I mean, she did the swanton from the top of the cage with the trash can on her head. So shouts to Io Sky, props to her. And then they did finish it with what happened with AJ Lee and Becky Lynch to set that up going forward. So that was kind of the vibe and the I think the storytelling in that Women's War Games match. You were back on camera. Now you're not. So I don't know how many. Luckily, I'm a pro.
Am I good?
Yeah, you're back now.
Ah, thank God. thank God I got a pro, right? Thank God. But all right, let's reset. So yeah, Lash Legend, the newly engaged Lash Legend to Trick Williams. Congratulations on that to her. Also, former WNBA player as well. Robin, with Braun Breaker being the guy who was basically the last man standing for his team, where do you think the vision goes now? Right, I think with Raw kind of being the CM Punk show at the moment, with Roman Reigns kind of being somebody who's in and out, and Brock Lesnar being somebody who's in and out as well, and John Cena's time winding down. Do you think the direction is Braun Breaker versus CM Punk, or do you think that that's a bit too soon?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the stare down at the end was interesting with Roman, Cody, and CM Punk, and I don't know if they were trying to set up Roman going back after Cody in the belt, or possibly a triple threat between those three at WrestleMania. So I'm not sure where the vision goes, because Seth Rollins was kind of the linchpin of all of that, and I think we might have been headed for Seth Rollins and Roman for the title at WrestleMania, which makes a lot of sense from a long-term storytelling standpoint. But you remove Seth, and then you remove the title from the picture because CM Punk has it. And I'm not sure what the division's purpose or goals wind up being. I mean, obviously, they're trying to elevate Braun Breaker, and he got the win at the end there. Obviously, it's a faction to put Logan Paul in to give him something to do as a heel. And then obviously, from a star power standpoint, Brock Lesnar's the leader in a way, just because he's the guy, who has the aura. But yeah, I'm not sure what the vision is for the vision right now.
I want to get back to that stare down, because we saw the stare down between Cody Rhodes, CM Punk, and Roman Reigns, where Roman Reigns told Cody Rhodes, this is going to be the last time we're teaming together. We saw on Raw where we had those three in the ring, and we saw Roman Reigns tell, whether it was Cody or whether it was Punk, that title would look better on me, kind of leaving that thing open-ended. If you had your choice, and I think I know the direction that you're going to go, but I'm going to ask anyways, would you rather see it be Roman Reigns versus CM Punk, or would you rather us see Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns 3 at WrestleMania?
I mean, there was a time not that long ago where I really wanted Roman and Punk, and seeing them cut. But I don't. Every time Roman and Cody have gotten together, it's been magic. Your camera just went out again, bro. Every time Cody and Roman together have gotten together, it's been magic, and you could even feel the tension in that moment right there. So, if you're asking me tonight, after having seen what I just saw, I gotta go with Roman and Cody again, just because we know what they can do when they're against one another, and it just felt more natural in that moment. But again, I'm not so sure it won't be a triple threat either.
Still out?
Yeah, your camera's out.
Jesus Christ. All right. We'll probably got to wrap this up then.
If you don't respect that, your whole perspective is whack. Maybe you love me when I fade to black. Anyhow, yeah, so I had read that they might be teasing the WrestleMania main event. I don't know which one that was a tease for, if it was Cody and Roman again, or that triple threat. But perhaps CM Punk gets involved in the other action, and you do get a run back of Cody and Roman.
Yeah, still out.
Yep, and that'll do it for the fast count tonight.
Yeah.
After Survivor Series War Games, technical difficulties. Like and subscribe to the channel. Not executive produced by Paul Levesque, where you don't see the credits there. My name's Robin Lundberg. He is Kevin Zwicker, even though you can't see him. Or maybe it's, you know what this is? It's a tribute to John Cena. We were just playing around. It may be more of a tribute to The Undertaker, but it's also a tribute to the never seen 17 who took an L to Dom Mysterio.
All right. Out.
Yes, man.